Hello everybody, my name is Baylor from the B&B Tavern, and welcome to a new episode of Tavern Talk. We got an amazing guest this week. It is none other than the legendary, most magical person in the entire world. She's been voice acting. She actually invented voice acting, I would feel, at some points or another. But I'm going to let her introduce herself because of how legendary she is.
Hi, everybody. This is Erin Fitzgerald.
Erin's in the building, y'all. This is the most
Hello.
amazing thing. Hey, Erin, welcome to the show. Oh my God!
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. Golly willikers. This is out of place. We're just like a small time cool people, and then we just got, hey, Erin, what's up? And then you were like, hell yeah, and then we were like, hell yeah, and then everybody was like, hell yeah. And it's gonna be really
That's how it works.
That's how the industry works, kids. Just email your heroes. So why don't you, to those who are totally ignorant to the amazingness of Erin Fitzgerald, why don't you run down some things that you've been doing / have been?
Wow, that's putting me on the spot. I am in a lot of stuff. It's much faster to just type my name, Erin Fitzgerald, into IMDb or Wikipedia, because I have a very bad memory, and now that it's been like plus 20 years, trying to remember some of the credits just gets overwhelming because I never know what people are familiar with. You know what I mean? Like, I have such a ridiculous, widespread resume that I can list 100 things and people are like, never heard of it. And then I'll hit that one thing that I think is obscure and they'll be like, oh my God, you were in that? Like, oh, that's the one that hit? I would have never. Okay, good to know. And then I know I'm in a lot of Atlas titles and Blizzard, and I've worked with the WB and Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, all those kind of companies. So yeah, lots of stuff.
I mean, a lot of people from our group would probably know you from the Cartoon Network stuff because we do have a few Cartoon Network folks that we had, like Mike Pollock.
Oh, okay. Great.
And
Ed, and Eddie, and there's a UK cartoon from back in the day called Fat Dog Mendoza I was on. Yeah.
And also a lot of people who are really big fans of gaming in general will mainly know you from our demographic, probably Skullgirls, because we do actually get quite a few Skullgirls on the show. So you were like three
awesome.
of them.
I started as Parasol, and then I got a couple of others later. Yeah, in the next incarnation. Yeah.
That must have been fun. That's because that was like
It was more powerful, the experience of starting at such an indie game and then working as a team to build it and to help it gain popularity. And now it's like international. To watch something that started so small in such a sweet little place, to see it grow into such a beautiful gift to the universe has been the best part of working on that. I really love everybody at Lab Zero. They're just an amazing team of humans.
Have you yourself played the game?
Yeah, I own the game and play it. I am terrible at Parasol, but I can kick some butt.
Is she your main?
Yeah, since I was kind of trained by Mike Z how to play my character, I feel like I should play my character.
That's pretty amazing.
Although I find it much easier to play Philia because I'm not a good at charge characters, but I'm good. I hang in there with Parasol. I button mash till I win.
That's the best way to go about it. I think that's pretty amazing that like they would teach the voice performers their characters and how to play them. I think that's really nice.
We were trying to get attention to the game. So if you follow, I think it's Voices of Gaming. I think KG Tang created it. And there's lots of videos of us. There's videos of the entire cast doing all sorts of crazy things back at the beginning of the game just to help get attention to the game. There's lots of videos of us doing ridiculous things with Mike Z. It's super fun. So I would Google that stuff because that's, comedy gold, really.
I will definitely try to find that and link it in the description below. But speaking of magical, crazy stuff happening, you're here to create your first time ever a Dungeons & Dragons character.
I am. I have never been invited to a D&D match. So I've never had the opportunity to create a Dungeons and Dragons. I've been in like games like Dragon's Crown and the World of Warcraft stuff, and Lord of the Rings online. So I've done a lot of fantasy work, but I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm very excited.
It is very exciting. So the way this works is we're gonna run by some stuff, and you're gonna ask what you would like more specific information of, and we're gonna whittle it down. And
okay,
this is gonna be more based on you. This is sort of gonna be like your spirit animal of D&D, and then at the end of the season, we bring all our guests back, and Ryan Akaba, Kellen Goff, Caitlin French, and you guys are all gonna have a fun battle to the death.
Wow. Okay, sounds good.
Because who doesn't love a good celebrity death match?
I love it.
I adore it. So are you ready to begin your journey? Awesome. Okay.
I think I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, good. You sure?
Yes.
Good. Are you sure? I mean, I don't know. Maybe yes, sure, yes. Okay, cool. So, first question is, I always ask this, as a Pokemon professor, are you a boy or girl?
Girl.
Okay. Now I'm going to run down the races, and I'm going to run down the list of names, and whatever catches your fancy or ear, I'll explain more of. Okay, so okay, ready for that one?
Ready.
Okay. So you got the Arakakra, the Azimar, the Dragonborn, the Dwarf, the Elf, the Furbolg, the Gensai, the Gnome, the Goliath, the Half-Elf, the Half-Orc, the Halfling, the Human, the Kenku, the Lizardfolks, the Tabaxi, the Tiefling, and the Triton.
There were so many things you just said that I have never heard of before.
I'm sure you've at least heard Elf.
No, there was about 10, 50-50. Like, I'm like, oh, I know what those are. But what if I really want to be one of the things that I don't know what they are?
Well, then that's why we'll explain it to you and give you all the information that you need. So don't worry, we're not going to leave you in the dark.
What was that first one you said?
An Arakakra.
What is that?
They're eagle people.
Oh, I don't want that.
Okay.
What? Keep going.
Okay, What's
the other fancy name that I wouldn't know?
An Azimar, a Dragonborn, a Dwarf, an Elf, a Furbolg, a Gensai, a Gnome, a Goliath.
What was the Azimar?
The Azimar, which is a great question. We're gonna give you the definition of this.
Okay.
Azimar is something that's a little bit new to D&D world, because like the Arakakra, the eagle folks have only been able to be found. Azimar are sort of like these unique people. They're sort of like, I guess they're humanoid, but they're like holy in a way. I don't know how to.
Like priests?
They are. Azimar can. They are an intelligent race. They're sort of. Though human, they're sort of like. It's hard. It's like demigod-like in a way.
Okay, and what was the Genji one that you said?
The Gensai is...
Right, that one.
The Gensai are elemental people, so basically you are people either made of earth, wind, water, fire. No heart. There is no heart. There's no Captain Planet.
Okay. And keep going down the list from the Gensai?
Sure. Gnome, Goliath, half-elf, half-orc, halfling, human, Kenku, lizard...
What's a Kenku?
Kenku are crow people.
Ooh. Keep going.
And the way they talk is, just so you know, is they basically sort of hear the speech pattern of humans and then, or whatever language, and they just sort of open their mouth and that exact sound comes out. So they sort of like talk like through a radio in a way. If you ever did you watch Transformers with Shia LaBeouf? I don't know if you okay. You know how like Bumblebee was talking through a radio?
Yes, I know Bumblebee. I know Mark Ryan.
So then basically it's sort of like that.
Yeah.
And then you got lizard folks, and then you got tabaxi, and then you got tiefling, and a triton.
What's tabaxi? What's a tabaxi?
They're cheetah people.
Cheetah people. Okay. And what was after that?
A tiefling, which are basically these sort of demonic-looking people. They have some demonic ancestry. They have purple, red, green-colored skin, and they have sort of ram horns with ram legs, but a humanoid body top.
Okay.
And then a triton.
What is a triton?
Merfolk.
Oh, right. I think I want to be the crow.
You want to be a Kenku?
Yes.
Hey! First Kenku of the series. I'm down with that. So, how tall...
It seems appropriate with the mimicry and all.
That is fair. Ooh, I like that. I like that thinking a lot. Oh my gosh. So here's the question is, how tall are you? Because this does affect stuff.
I don't know. How tall should I be?
They're usually not tall folk. They're usually like 4 foot or 5.5.
Well, let's make her 5'2", just like me.
Hey!
I'm familiar with that height.
That's a good idea. Go with what you're familiar with. So
yeah.
Then I guess... So, now, what is your alignment? Are you... This is how you're... This is sort of like your moral compass. Are you lawful good? Are you lawful neutral? Lawful evil? Neutral good? True neutral? Neutral evil? Chaotic good? Chaotic neutral? Chaotic evil?
I want the goodest of the good.
You want to be a lawful good crow man.
Yeah.
Yeah! That works. I'm down with that. Lawful good crow people are always powerful. I actually never heard of that. That's actually cool.
Why not? I'm trying to always be a better human. Why can't I just start off as an awesomely good crow?
Awesomely good crow. The best crow. Good crow. the crow that it's the crow that we did not need, but the crow that we deserved.
That's right. That's right.
Crow hero. Crow hero. He's a hero. So now it's on to classes, and I'm going to explain those as well, whichever one that appeals to you. And this is a smaller list, but I'm still going to run it down.
Okay, thank you.
You have cleric, barbarian, bard, druid, fighter,
cleric.
Monk. What? Okay. So cleric it is. Now, there's different types of clerics. There's different domains. You could be an arcanic cleric, a knowledge cleric, a life cleric, a light cleric, a nature cleric, a tempest cleric, a trickery cleric, and a war cleric.
Light cleric.
Life. Or light.
Oh, I thought there was a light one as well.
There is a light.
I would like the light one.
The light one. The lightest of them all. Weighs least. Least domain. I thought it was light as in, the light. Yes, it is. I'm just making puns. The best puns.
Oh, okay. Because now I'm leaning towards my character from World of Warcraft, is where I'm going. I'm leaning towards being Ural, but in a crow form. But if I really went Ural, I would go with the ram-looking character. But instead, I'm going with the crow because I want to be a crow. Okay.
Who doesn't want to be a crow? I'm excited to see what crow does.
Me too.
What would your character sound like, out of curiosity?
In my crow?
Yeah, your crow.
I don't know yet. We gotta finish building.
Oh yeah, you're right. All right.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
All right.
We haven't. There's so much more character development to be had.
So much depth. So much lore. Now, okay, so I'm gonna run down a list of backgrounds, and these are different titles of different background lives that they would have, and whatever title you feel is best is what we're going with, which will give you 2 proficiencies in skills, which means when you roll a d20 and you roll for that skill, you have a higher chance of succeeding.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to run down the titles, and you let me know what you think fits best roleplay wise for your character.
Okay.
So you got Acolyte, Charlatan, City Watch, Clancrafter, Cloistered Scholar, Courtier, Criminal, Entertainer, Faction Agent, Far Traveler, Folk Hero, Guild Artisan, Hermit, Inheritor, Knight of the Order, Mercenary Veteran, Noble, Outlander, Sage, Sailor, Soldier, Urban Bounty Hunter, Urchin, Youthgrat Tribe Member, and a Watered Havian Noble.
Sage.
Sage. That's a good choice. I like that. Being a sage gives you proficiency in Arcana, which means you have a vast knowledge of magical items. You are literally Dumbledore.
Yeah.
And proficiency in history. So, I mean, literally, if you were going to a tavern or a pub, and there was a pub quiz, everybody would want to be on your team.
Okay.
It's basically what it boils down to, and you would be amazing. Now, you have the option to have 4 more proficiencies in skills, and I'm going to run down a list of what you can be proficient at, and this is your option. Okay, so you have acrobatics, deception, insight, medicine, persuasion, religion, sleight of hand, and stealth.
And I can pick 4?
Yep.
Acrobat.
Okay.
Medicine.
Makes sense with the medicine, because you're a cleric.
What were the other ones? Crap.
Deception, persuasion, religion, sleight of hand, and stealth.
Stealth.
Okay. That's kind of funny, because clerics are famous for not being stealthy at all, whatsoever, because of their armor.
But I think it would be better to be a stealthy cleric so you don't get murdered.
That is very true. But you do have a lot of armor, so it's very hard to kill you. Got one
can
more.
I just pick those?
Yeah, you could definitely choose. You got one more.
But I don't think I wanted the other ones. What are the other ones again? It was deception, religion.
Persuasion, and sleight of hand.
Yeah, all of those feel deceiving. I don't want them.
I mean, like, okay. Well, what about religion, though?
But what kind? I'm not a fan of the Orthodox. Is it, like, what does that mean when the term religion is thrown out there?
Well, I mean, like, that means you know the gods and goddesses of D&D.
Oh, well, then, yeah, okay, I might as well know that, yeah. All right, then religion it is.
You are a cleric, after all.
Cleric. Yes, this is true.
All right, fair enough. So, here's the next question. So, I'm going to run down the 6 skills, and you're going to tell me whether you think your character would be very much so this or not as much that. Like, are they very... So, like, a strength would be one of the skills. Core skills. Is your person very strong?
I would say a medium in strength. Like, not very strong, but not weak. But, you know, has good endurance, if that counts as strength.
That would probably count as constitution, which we'll get to.
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense, though. Is your character
because I'm an acrobat, too. I got a little bit of strength. I'm not totally weak.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. You need to have that upper body strength.
Like a Buddhist monk, right? Like Buddhist monks are incredibly fit with the Shaolin Kung Fu.
Yeah.
I will imagine my cleric has the ability and the stealth, right, to be able to ninja out of particular situations. That comes with a certain amount of strength.
Very true.
This is my imagination.
I'm
putting all of this.
This is your imagination. This is fun.
Yeah.
This is what you're supposed to do.
Make it up. Woohoo!
Yeah. This is one of the few times as a voice performer you get to create your own character that you want to voice.
Oh, I like that.
It's just I'm Gene Wilder and you're Charlie, and I'm bringing you to come and see a world of imagination.
Mm.
Charlie Chocolate Factory references for the win. Hell yeah. Hashtag
Nice.
2016.
Yeah.
So, is your character very dexterous? Very fast?
I would say average.
Okay. So, like, not too fast, but enough to run.
Well, I feel like more than the average person. Yeah, I'm going to say more than the average person. My character is faster than just a regular old human.
That's fair.
You got all that armor and everything. I can hold my own.
Do you have really good endurance?
Yes, I've got the best endurance. That's what I'm
best.
most strong. It's more about the endurance than anything else. I can hold out.
She can hold her liquor.
I got quality endurance. Which is as a side effect gives me some strength and some dexterity.
Are you very intelligent?
I'm going to say not the most intelligent, because I don't want my mind to rule my character. I want my heart to rule my character. So
Aww.
Because that's where the goodness comes from. I don't want my character to overthink things and overanalyze things. I want my character to follow her intuition. So I'm going to say smart, but not extremely smart. Like intelligent, pardon me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she wise?
Is she
wise?
Yes. And that is a different thing.
It is indeed. And is she very charismatic?
I'm going to say no. That's not important.
She's very bad at talking to people.
I don't think of charismatic as being able to talk to people. I think of charismatic as something else.
I guess that could also count for like self-confidence.
To me, charismatic is just the ability to win people over. That's what charismatic means to me. It doesn't mean that or the ability to make people like you, which that's not important to my crow sage, whether people like her or whether people accept her. So she doesn't require charisma. If she comes from the heart, then she doesn't need to use that aspect.
Right.
So I'm going to say lower than average.
Lower than average?
Mm-hmm.
Yowza, so like in the negatives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I feel so bad if you're going to make a charisma saving throw. Because I do think we have a bard somewhere in the fight. And they cast through charisma, so you have to make a lot of charisma saving throws. So I will let you know, your character could.
I don't know what you just said. That sounded like a whole other language to me.
That's
I don't know what any of that means.
That's
just
fine.
So you know.
That's why we have Corinna in the season finale. She's our quote unquote corporeal to playing D&D. So these are. But I want you to just...
Then maybe I should have average charisma?
Yeah, you should have... I don't know. Maybe, if you want, so desire.
Average, then.
All
if
right.
that makes more... I don't know what I'm in for, so
You're in for fun.
Okay.
You're gonna have fun.
Okay.
You do get a little bit of armor that makes you more powerful.
Okay.
And you get a beautiful mace. What would you like to name your mace?
Mace. That's heavy.
Yeah. A mace is either a weapon or a Star Wars character played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. I don't know about the name for the mace yet. Let me sit on that.
Well, I have another important question for you, though.
Okay.
What is your name?
Ix.
Fix!
Ix. I-X.
X.
Yeah,
Last name?
that's it.
X.
Correct.
Why X?
I don't know.
It's a good name. I like
That's
the name.
That's what I feel.
You are the fastest person in this entire show that has ever, like, people go like, oh God, I don't know what I'm gonna name it, and then it's like the show turns into 45 minutes long. You're like, X, I got this.
Yeah,
Right
but
there.
I haven't named the mace. The mace, that feels way harder than my own name.
Oh man.
The mace.
Yeah, because you gotta have like a cool like slogan thing when you're gonna whack them upside the head. Because that's important. You gotta have this.
Wow. What are some? Can you give me some examples of what other people have named their weapons so I can just get into the mood?
I mean, okay, so some weapon names that we've had is the cereal maker. That was done by Kellen Goff because his paladin was a cereal fanatic. And then we also had one named Banjo after Banjo-Kazooie game. I don't know. These things ride. We actually had somebody name one weapon Parasol.
Oh, that's funny. Well, then maybe if I want a little inside joke thing, I could name my mace Zanpakuto because I played so many of them in the Bleach series.
Oh, sure. That would be a good name for the mouse.
Make it Zanpakuto. Ixen Zanpakuto. That's a little inside Bleach humor. You're welcome.
What is that inside joke referencing?
That I play 4 different Zanpakutos in the series.
Oh. Thought there was like a specific thing within the voice actors that like there was like a little jokey joke.
Well, Zanpakutos in the series Bleach are the weapons that they use, and then at some point in the series, all the Zanpakutos became their own beings, and I played 4 of those beings.
Oh my god! How many? Like,
so they were weapons that became personified, which was amazing.
That must have been hard to like pull up a voice for every single one.
I don't consider them. Well, for me, it's not voices; it's all characters, and I'm used to playing 10+ characters per job I'm on, so that's normal for me, I guess, because that's my job. That's what I do. I play a lot of characters. Yes, yeah. I'm a character actor. Mm-hmm.
Character actor with a book out.
Oh yes, good remembering. Yes, 10 things any voice actor will tell you if they were me.
If they were you.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to tell one of them to us, which you should go buy?
Well, I mean, I really go into the book itself was meant for anybody who's at the very, very beginning. I mean, I think the people who are already on the path are on the path and they've already discovered a lot of the information. And although the book itself is chock-a-block filled with resources and links, I wanted it to make it worth the money just for the references alone. And then it's just 10 chapters of like, you know, on acting, voice acting, getting an agent, starting out non-union, all of that kind of stuff. So I talk about 10 different subjects, and then at the end, and I talk about those subjects from all my 20 years of personal experience. Plus, I fill it with, you know, these are links and these are vetted people. Because I know when you Google it, when you're just starting out, it's overwhelming because there's so many people asking for your money and you don't understand where to put it. And every link that I put in there is personally referred to from me. And if I don't know the people personally, it's people that I trust that referred those people. So I created an audiobook version of it, which I didn't intend to, but people kept saying, hey, it's a book. Oh, you got to do the audiobook. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But instead of making it just an audiobook, I ended up interviewing, which is really not interviews. It's me sitting down having hour-long conversations with 15 other incredible top professionals in the industry so after each chapter, so like after one chapter, I've got Darren DePaul, who plays Reinhardt in Overwatch and Black Hand.
Oh, yeah.
Him and his wife are the ones I have a conversation after the vocal training chapter. Kari Walgren, Jen Hale, Yuri and Tara, David Sobolov, so each chapter has an amazing, Phil Lamar after the acting one. Phil Lamar did a great conversation, and then Stephanie Shea did a little one after. Like, they all donated their time, and so I made this huge kind of like, it's like a 10-hour audiobook, and it's not the book, it's the chats afterwards that really deeply get into the industry and starting out. So I'm really proud of it, because now I made it mostly just to answer the question, how do I get started? And I just needed something, because I can't answer that in 140 characters on Twitter.
Sure.
So it's my love letter to how to get started. And it's not cheap, to be honest. It's not a cheap book, because I wanted it to be like, well, if you want to invest into your career, and it's well worth weight in gold, because I do provide a lot of reference
resources
links. Yeah, so that you don't have to spend the hours trying to figure it out yourself. So, but I wanted it to have a certain price to it, so I know that the people who get it are serious.
Like, really invested in it.
Exactly. That way, when somebody comes up to me and they're like, "Hey, I got your book," I know I'll spend 2 hours talking with them about it, because they've invested their time and their hard-earned money. Then I know they're serious, as opposed to, because I get approached by people all the time that aren't serious, that are just like, "Hey, la, la, la," but I don't know they're not serious until after the fact, and I'm like, why did I just waste all that time talking to somebody who wasn't even serious about it? So
sure.
It was just a nice addition for me to be able to figure it out, and find out who's serious and who really wants to get involved, and I'm very excited at the feedback I've gotten. And I've had people who aren't even interested in voice acting get it and give me testimonials saying, "This is just good life advice," which I didn't expect. I didn't even think about it outside of the industry. And
well, definitely, like, the book itself is very, like, you could use it with any kind of entrepreneurialism.
I love that. That makes me so excited to, because, well, I guess that's when somebody talks about what they do from the heart and it's real. Of course, it's life. It's just life, right? It's just, just take acting out and put in any job. I mean, to be good at anything, you have to practice and study under the right people, and you have to put in all the hours. I mean, that's just normal, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. The reason why I got into, like, podcasting and doing all this kind of stuff in D&D and whatnot is because, like, I've studied and also, like, worked under the amazing people of, like, NPR and stuff like that. And,
wow. Yeah, that's brilliant.
And being able to edit for, like, a bunch of popular YouTubers, it got me into, like, doing all this YouTube stuff. So, like, definitely just, like, the indomitable spirit and, like, the like, here, you go chase your dreams, but have a good plan for it. Is, like, basically what the book says, is pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
If you wanted to like, break it down, and if you don't want to be specific about voice acting. But I am also very interested about voice acting, so the book is well worth it. It's well worth your time. It's just basically to read an entrepreneur, like a genuine eye of an entrepreneur.
Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No problem. I love your hair.
Awesome!
It's great.
Yay!
You should definitely buy the book. Ix approves the books.
Correct. Oh, you can get it at my website, which is erinfitzvo.com.
Which is also where you can find the huge amount of credits.
Yes.
So much pages. Oh my gosh.
That's why I can't remember it. It's just, and then, when I go in every week and I'm adding to it, I can't keep track. It's too much for my brain. And it doesn't help that I read I don't memorize anything anymore, so my memorization brain part, that doesn't work anymore, because I'm an amazing cold reader, but when it comes to memorization, that muscle doesn't get used anymore.
Yeah. What is memory? Yeah. I forgot.
I don't know.
Can't remember it. It's on the tip of my tongue. Well, speaking of trying to remember, I do remember that we just completed your character. And you will be getting a playable character sheet at the end of the show with your mace and everything, which is very exciting. And just be sure to message me your amazing idea of what your crow person looks like, and you will get from our beautiful commissioner Andy what your character looks like. And what does your character sound like? Because I do have to ask this to every voice performer we get. It's me, X!
No.
She's
very calm.
Ooh.
She's going to sound, this is a base neutral place, because how she talks is going to change depending on who's speaking to her, since she's going to mimic back whoever it is. Yes.
Yeah, baby, everything's going to be alright.
Yes.
She is a healer, after all.
That is correct.
Ooh, I dig this. So, really calm, collected Erin Fitzgerald, also known as Ix, now on the show. Yes. Where can people find you?
I, or she, or we can be found on Twitter at Erin Fitzgerald, Twitch at Erin Fitzgerald, Instagram at Erin Fitzbadass, and erinfitzvo.com.
Calm, as in calm and collective.
Correct.
I love this voice.
This is very interesting. I want to live in her for a while, just to understand her.
You definitely can. Come back for the season finale.
Yeah. I like her.
I like her too. Ix is very cool. And you are very defensive, by the way. You have a lot of good defense. And you will win every pub quiz.
Yes. Very good.
It is very good. If you do like this show, make sure to buy her book. And you should also subscribe to the channel. And comment. We won't force you, but we do appreciate it.
Comment. Subscribe.
Exactly.
There's so much to do.
So much to see. So much to hear.
So much.
This is the most relaxed outro ever. It's the best.
La la la. I want background music playing, calm, perhaps Gregorian chant.
We'll play some outro music with this. It's the best. We'll play some calm thing with a Southeast Asian instrument that makes it seem all martial arty.
Yeah. It feels nice.
Oh my god. Before Ix possesses me, I want to wish you guys a great day. If you do not find me, just make sure to buy her book.
That's kind. Thank you.
You're welcome. Those are my famous last words. Make sure to buy Erin's book.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is super fun.
No problem. Thank you so much for coming. This was great.
Yay! We did it!
We did it. Oh, that's the wrong kid show. So, guys, without further ado, this has been me and Erin. We've had a great time making a new friend, Ix.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
I think would be a great slogan for Ix was if Ix wanted to disagree with something, she would go Ix says nay.
Ix says nay.
Nay.
Ix says no.
No. No, this is not approved.
Ix disapproves.
Disapproved, wrong. Where's my stamp for disapproving things?
This will work. Oh, yes. I concur.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go run away now. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.